Hey everyone, and welcome. Today in this session, we will be talking about gender stereotypes. But before I want to go into this, I want to just introduce myself. My name is Mr. Guadalupe de la Cruz, aka also known as Lupe. It's a lot easier to pronounce and it's a lot easier for you to remember. Okay, but before we go into this session, let's go over some ground rules. They're right behind me. I hope my big head isn't blocking the view, okay? So that's why I'm moving. The first one is obvious and it's very easy. It's to listen, okay? Listen whenever I'm talking, whenever somebody else is talking, just listen to them. Do not judge, do not say mean things, negative comments. Just be very mindful of the person who is speaking, okay? Be respectful. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know what it is to be respectful, okay? Raise your hand for any comments or questions that you may have. You guys already do this in school. Before we even started, you guys probably saw some papers on your desk and some markers. Please go ahead and grab that piece of paper, fold it up hot dog style, write your name on it, and put it up on your desk. That way, if you do raise your hand, I can better address you. Okay, now let's get into the topic. It's gender stereotypes, okay? So you may be asking, what is gender stereotypes? I mean, we hear this word and, automatically, maybe some of us are thinking, is it a type of stereo? What is it? Well, let's break down this word, okay? Let's go first to the first word here in that word. What is gender? Anybody? Can anybody raise their hand? Anybody? Yes, you are correct. It is a male and female or a boy or girl, just like how you see right behind me here. Okay, now let's go over the next word. What is a stereotype? I have a picture for you guys to see here. What do you guys see here behind me? When you may see the word baby right here. So what's happening here? It may be like a gender reveal or some sort, right? So what can we say? What kind of baby is going to come out? Is it going to be a boy or a girl? Yes, that is correct. It's going to be a boy. And why is that? Because ever since we grew up, we learned that blue is for boys and pink is for girls. So yes, we learn to make labels out of things, right, as we're growing up. It's a natural thing for us to do because that's just how we were taught, right? So let's look at the real definition of what a stereotype is. It says it's an assumption of a specific group or person often influenced by culture and society. It is a what? You can see it right there in red. You don't have, I can say it, but I'm pretty sure you guys can read it. It is a label, okay? So let's move on. So now we have a good understanding of what a gender is and what stereotyping is. So now when we put these two words together, what do we get? We get this. They are assumptions of what a boy or girl are capable or incapable of doing based on their gender. As you can see right behind me, you see a little boy here. What do you see him? Does he look like he's sad? No, he looks like he's mad. He's wearing a bandana on his head. He's looking tough and firm, right? And then right next to that picture, you see a little girl in a princess dress in pink. She looks sweet and bubbly. Those are often things that we already know about, correct? Am I right? Okay, so let's move on. The next one, let's move on to some examples actually. Some gender stereotypes that we often hear, maybe you've heard around school, everybody has heard about these, okay? So let's go down this list. Boys play sports. Girls play with dolls. Girls love pink. Boys are tough and they don't cry. Girls are weak. Boys are not smart. Boys smell. Girls smell like flowers. Boys are messy. Girls are neat. Am I right? Those are things that we hear all the time, right? So I'm going to go on to another thing. It's going to be a little game, a little activity for you guys to kind of participate, okay? So this is pretty easy. I'm not going to grade you guys just like maybe some of your teachers may do. So you can actually blurt out. I don't mind in this part of the lesson here. Okay? So true or false? Teachers are only women. Is that true? Let's see. No, they are not just women. As you can see, there are guys, there are boys that grow up to be teachers. Boys don't wear pink. Is that true or false? It's actually false. There are boys that wear pink. Boys don't cry. Actually, what you can see back here is, well, you see a little boy crying because he's crying in excitement because he just got reconnected with a dog that he lost a year ago. So he's happy and he's joyful and he's crying because he's so happy. Only girls like cooking. Oh, sorry. You guys probably got a little hint there, but only girls like cooking. Is that true or false? I mean, one of my favorite cooks that I see on TV is Gordon Ramsay. I mean, everybody has heard of him. I mean, I'm pretty sure since the day you came out of your mom, and you know, you probably already knew who Gordon Ramsay was, you know? Girls don't play sports. Is that true? I don't think that's true, because there are girls soccer teams and there are girls in other sports as well. So what does this mean? Through this game, what does this mean? What does this mean, guys? What does this mean, boys? That what? Boys and girls should be treated what? You guys can say it right there where you're at. Equal. Yes, they are both equal. This means that a boy can do things what a girl can do, and a girl can do things that a boy can do. Let's move on. So now we may ask ourselves, why do we have stereotypes? Why do we have these gender stereotypes? So I said earlier in this session that we get them from when we grow up. So that from the moment that you start talking and your parents start talking to you and they start showing you colors and you start watching TV and you start talking to your parents, you know, you learn what is for boys and what is for girls, right? It's from our culture, it's from our families, and even our friends. And another part of it is also from social media. Social media like these, the ones that you see here, I'm pretty sure all of you are very familiar with these. I mean, this generation has evolved so much that even third graders have a phone now that they can access things, right? I mean, with a show of hands, how many of you have a phone, a touchscreen phone? I'm pretty sure you do. I don't remember having a touchscreen phone when I was in 5th grade. I can tell you that for sure. So let's move on. How can we get rid of these stereotypes? This is a time for you to kind of think about some ideas of how we can get rid of these stereotypes. That way we can be more together and we can't discriminate against our fellow females or girls that we have, or girls discriminating the boys as well. So what are some ways that you can think about? I mean, I have some right here. These are just a few of the many ways that we can start getting rid of these stereotypes. What is one? To treat yourselves, well, equally. Another one is to know that you are capable. You got to know that you can do something, okay? And you have to empower others as well. Don't support the stereotype. Now, if you see somebody else trying to put a boy or a girl down because they're doing something that we don't expect them to do, don't bring them down. If they're really good at it, support them, okay? Be the example for others. Be that leader. Be that leader. There's too many followers in this world. Too many followers, okay? So we got to break that cycle, and we have to be that leader. So I'm challenging you all to take this, okay? Take this with you as soon as you leave this session. I want you to take this with you and treat others equally, because everybody else, I can actually tell you for a fact that me, when I was in elementary school, I started playing in band. And in band, there were instruments that we got to choose. And I happened to choose the flute. I know you're probably thinking, man, this big guy, he's choosing the flute. But to my excitement, I turned out to be really good at playing the instrument. I didn't care what anybody said. I knew that I was capable. I let go of the stereotype. And I said, I'm going to do this because I am good at it. Okay? So empower others to be better. Okay? Thank you for being with me. If you have any questions, you can make those questions right now. If you have a comment or anything, please let me know right now. Okay, so thank you for being with me. My name is Guadalupe de la Cruz, and that ends this session. Thank you for being with me. Bye. Adios.